Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the Omega Speedmaster Reduced Triple Date 3520.50.00. MSRP for this watch was $2,650. This watch has since been discontinued, but let's take a closer look at it here. We have a domed sapphire crystal with AR coating on the underside of the crystal. We have an aluminum bezel insert with the tachymeter scale. And of course we do have the triple date here. So you can see, let's move the handset here. And then you can see, actually I got it pulled out to the middle. So you can see I'm changing the date right there, this hand that's flying around. And as that goes around a full rotation, it's changing the month right there, which I really shouldn't be doing because I think I'm in the 10-10 position. I meant to move the handset. So there we go. The day has flipped over there, so let's put it to 6 o'clock. And then we will move the crown back to the middle, moving that date pointer there, and then watch the month right there. So it flips over. Then we can go around again. So you can change the month pretty quickly on this, as you can see here. And then to change the day of the week, grab a little tool. I use a toothpick, which I have right here. And on the side of the case, this little button you can push. You can use a ballpoint pen too. I just figured toothpick is, I think, safer. It won't scratch anything. So you see right there that just moves over. So I'll show you that again. So there, it can be Friday, November the 20. I guess that would be the 28th, wouldn't it? It's kind of in between right now. Let's move that a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's the indice. What am I talking about? This little guy right here tells you the date, right there. So yeah, it's a little bit confusing for me. I prefer no date watches, but if you like the complication, then this is a cool watch and a nice package, and it's a nice looking watch. And in fact, I'm wearing my Speedmaster today. It's Tuesday at the time of recording. And this, of course, does not have a date. It doesn't have any other complications, but gives you a look at these side by side. You can get kind of a size reference. 42 millimeter for the Speedmaster Professional Moon Watch. 39 millimeter for this one with the diameter. 20 millimeter lug width. 18 millimeter lug width. I believe this one's thicker. But anyway, just look side by side. So you can definitely see the similarities there. Alright, back into this watch. First I need to put my toothpick in a safe location so I don't lose it. Black dial, of course, applied indices. Printed indices. All the text is printed on here. Lume's actually pretty decent on this. We're missing Lume in 3 locations for each of these subdials here. The Speedmaster Professional, you have Lume at all of the indices. And a little bit difference too is you can see this kind of a milky ring. This is the 1863, the previous generation Speedmaster. And then this one here, you don't get that. It's just more of a regular dome crystal versus that box dome. We do have a push-pull signed crown. It's not screw down. Which is fine because the watch is just rated to 50 meters of water resistance. The movement is the Omega 151 movement, which is automatic and hand winding. 44 hours of power reserve, 8 beats per second. It has the date, day, month in the chronograph function. Also, you have this 24-hour hand here. And that hand is tied into this hour hand, so it's not like a GMT, it's just basically day or night indicator. So it's kind of a neat function to have. And then you have the running seconds there. So the numbers on that subdial are, of course, for the hours. So not so easy to tell the seconds, but you do have the chronograph seconds hand here. Actually, let me activate that. So top pusher gets that going. Then this is the minute counter at the top, so 30 minutes, and then another rotation around gets you 60 minutes, and then that will move the hour indicator here. Probably should pause this and move that handset. So let's stop this. Actually, let's reset it. I don't know what happens if I pull this out with that activated. So let's put this back to 1010. Then we'll get the crown pushed back in and then get the chronograph running again when we talk more about the watch here. So 316L stainless steel, brushed and polished. You have the twisted lugs like you do on a lot of these Omega watches. I think it looks very nice. Brushed on the side, polished on the chamfer, and then brushed on the top again. The bracelet, we have solid end links, solid links. And I'm assuming these are pin and collar. I haven't messed with the bracelet. This watch is on loan from a friend, so I'm not going to mess with that. And this is a stamped clasp here. It's kind of like a butterfly clasp, but not really. So this slides in and out to allow the bracelet to fit over your hand. Then this pushes in right there. And there's one pusher on the side. I've never actually seen a watch bracelet with just one pusher. Usually I've seen them with dual pushers, but it works just fine, and it's a nice looking bracelet too. Okay, so the chronograph did just click over. I missed it by a couple seconds, but you can see we now have 1 minute and 10 seconds for the chronograph. So we'll keep that running. No micro adjust on here either. The links are fairly small, so I think you can get it sized in nicely to where you want it. And actually, I do see a half link right there, so you should be able to get it to pretty close to where you want it. Just wear it a little bit loose. It'll be fine. So the dimensions of the watch, 44.8 lug to lug, which is, I'm impressed, is smaller than I thought it would be. 39 millimeter case diameter. 37.6 at the aluminum bezel insert here, which is ringed with stainless steel. 13.9 thick, so a little bit on the thick side for the diameter. It's, you know, it's not too bad, that ratio there, thickness to diameter of the watch. Not bad for a chronograph with an automatic movement. 18 millimeter lug width, and this bracelet does taper down to 16 millimeter. 5.5 millimeter signed push-pull crown, and this watch weighs in at 125 grams, so it's actually fairly light as well. All right, let's get this on wrist, and then we'll check out the Lume. I'll compare the Lume to my SKX if I can find where I put it on the table. Actually, let's just find that real quick. Should have timed how long it would take me to find my SKX, but just another look at the size reference here. This is a 43 millimeter diameter watch, 43, and then the bezel I think is 41. So it looks kind of bigger by itself, but when you compare it to other watches, you can see this is it's a nice size watch. I should probably actually wear this watch for my 6.5 inch wrist, but I want the actual moon watch because that's the one that went on the moon and all that good stuff. So anyway, let's get this one on wrist, and then you'll see how this bracelet clasp here works in action. This slides apart and kind of push it back in. So it takes a little bit longer to get it on wrist, but it's not a big deal. Of course, when I don't have it up against my stomach, it's taking a little bit longer. But anyway, there we go. Nice and secure on wrist. It feels very comfortable too. It's a nice wearing watch. Nice size. A little more complicated than I'd like, but that's fine. And you can see the chronograph is working just fine. With the crown, I thought originally that turning the crown backwards would have changed the month or the date, but it doesn't. So it's not like a quick set date, but you saw how fast that date hand went around to change the month. So there it is on my 6.5 inch wrist, 52 millimeter wristband. Again, lug to lugs, actually quite small at 44.8. So just under 45 millimeter, and then the 39 millimeter diameter. So let's stop that chronograph second hand, then we'll reset it. And you'll see it snap. This will snap back, and that'll snap back. And the hour hand might move a little bit too. So here we go. So a little bit stiff to push in. Stop, and then we'll reset. So yeah, very cool with the mechanical chronograph movement here. All right, let's check out the Lume. All right, so SKX on the left and the Speedmaster on the right. The Speedmaster Lume is actually better than I thought it would be, considering the size of the indices and the fact that it's a chronograph watch. It's not a diver. It actually does have a decent amount of lume. The SKX is not quite as bright as what it looks like on the screen here, but anyway, point of reference here between the SKX and the Omega Speedmaster Reduced Triple Date. That will conclude this video. As always, thank you for your time and thank you for watching.